This video was recorded yesterday on Sunday, May the 10th, 2026. I was doing a walkthrough for a specific person who was interested in the RV. So it's very focused on the things that they were asking about. I'm gonna, over the course of this video, show you the engine starting, the generator running, moving the slides in and out, all the kinds of things that you would do if you were doing a walkthrough of an RV, just to kind of show you how the state of everything. I also spend a good chunk of the video showing all the ugly stuff. So the bad paint, the two spots where there's been some water damage. So like you can get a full picture of what to expect before you come out to see it or buy it or whatever. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you have any specific questions or you want to see something else about the RV, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to give you some more information. I will put the link to the RV Trader listing in the description. You can use that to contact me through their messaging system. All right, thanks. Okay, start the engine. It has been started already. We did it earlier, but it's been at least 45 minutes since we started that. I'll be quiet while it turns on. So to kind of, one of the things you wanted to see was how long it takes for the air to come out. It's been, it's now 8 o'clock. I think we did the first round at like 7 o'clock and there's still not enough air to set off the air alarm. So I'm going to start it. And there's no exhaust or anything right now because we already ran it. When you turn it on for the first time, there's usually a little condensation in the engine. You'll have some unspent fuel. So you'll have smoke when you first turn it on. It's it's noticeable on cold days. Hot days in the summertime, you probably won't have that at all. After about 10 seconds, the engine's fully heated up and it'll clear. You can audibly hear it like finish getting fully heated up. And then it runs like this from then on. So I'll just record walking around the engine so you can hear it. I'm going to turn it off. So this is the air pressure gauge. It rides at like 110. I can bleed the air with the bleed valve. It doesn't go down fast. Like I said, my experience is usually it's like 30 minutes. If you're gone for more than 30 minutes and it's sitting on the tires, not on the legs like it is right now, you'll need to re-up. Like when you turn it back on, it'll need to refill the air tanks. But that was almost an hour and it didn't need to refill. So, yeah, I thought it would be low enough that we would get the air alarm and stuff when we turned it on, but no. Okay, so I'm going to run the generator next. Generator controls are here. It's this green switch here. If you guys buy this, I'll give you like a cheat sheet for what all this stuff does. I'm happy to teach you how to use it and stuff. So the bottom button is like a priming, or also the stop button. The top button will try to start it. It'll do like a heat up sequence first where it just ticks, and then eventually it'll turn on when it gets warm enough. So I'll shut up and do that now. Yeah, we ran it for a little bit earlier, so it was already warm, and it just fires right up. The first 40 seconds of it, it just kind of warms up. It won't put any load on the generator. And after 40 seconds, the switch in the back that selects which power device is like providing power to the coach will switch over and put load on the generator. So normally after like 40 seconds, you'll hear it kind of rev and kick into gear as the charger picks up. And if you have the ACs on or whatever, you'll hear it. Trying to think of, I guess we can run the slides real quick. So, oh, that's already off. Come on, buddy. Oh, I'm not in level. Sorry. There we go. There you go. That's the big slide. We can put it back out. Both of the slides are electric. They're not hydraulic. Okay. Coming back to here, it feels like we're out of level again. So normally you park, you sit here, you hold down the bleed valve for like a minute because it takes a while to let all the air out of the tanks, and then you level, because otherwise it's going to be like adjusting as it settles, and it's kind of annoying. There we go. Okay. Pull this slide in. This slide comes in really well. When you push it out, you just help it. So normally you just have two people come in here. You can also just push on it with your foot. And once it goes out a certain amount, it can finish the rest of the way. There we go. And the motor for this is underneath the bed. The popping sound that you hear is where it sits when you drive. And so there's like a bald spot on that gear. And so it skips as it turns over that drive motor. If that ever started to give you problems, that is what you would replace. It's pretty accessible. It's just underneath the bed here. Oh, well, I have too much stuff to get to, but it's under that gray box. Okay, so for that, we have, this is your like water heater, your tank sensors. Like every RV, the freshwater tank sensor is good. The propane sensor is good. The holding tank and the gray tank sensors are a crapshoot. Like, sorry for the pun, but you don't really rely on those to tell what that situation is. You can usually tell just by how much fresh water you've used, and just kind of you'll have you get used to how the RV operates. What else did we do? For the solar, this is the main component. That's the inverter. And there we have the batteries. I guess I can't turn on the light. Oh well. Okay. Sorry, it's getting dark now. It's 340 amp hours of battery. It's lithium. Bigbattery.com is the brand. They work great. They charge fast, like as fast as you can pump energy into them. And they can put out 200 amps each. So they're more than capable of powering the full 3000 watts on the inverter. I'm not going to get on the roof, but I have pictures of the roof if you want to see it. It's 1,000 watts of solar on 4 panels up there. The charge controller is right here. It's Victron MPPT 15070. It's undersized for the number of solar panel, or sorry, it's oversized for the number of solar panels that are up there. If you were, I think you could easily get up to 2,000 watts on the roof if you can find a way to configure them. The panels that I got up there are like residential panels, so they're not meant for like the maximum compactness. And I just wanted to be able to move around on the roof easily. I think it would be challenging to get to 2,000 watts because of the way that the ACs are oriented. But anyways, if you wanted to put more solar up there, you absolutely could. You just wire them in series to get that voltage up to 150 volts. That's what that charge controller will take. I think it's that order. It might be 70 volts and 150 amps, but I think it's the other way. 150 volts, 70 amps. Anyways, you could expand that if you wanted to never run the generator. Okay. The inverter has an assist mode. I really love this inverter. It works great. You can like plug it into a regular house outlet and it will supplement the power that you get from that 20 amp outlet with the power from the batteries when you need to. Like if you turn on an air fryer and an AC unit or something like that, it would help you by not popping the breaker on the house that you're plugged in and would draw from your batteries instead. But when you're not running that stuff, it would charge the batteries off of the house power. It's very nice. I'm super happy with it. It will trickle charge the chassis batteries as well, which are in there. The chassis batteries are a year old, basically brand new. I think that's basically it for this cabinet. There's a Viair pump for filling up the air in the tires, which you can have it. It's super helpful. The tow bar is a ready brake. I'll send you the specifics or like the website for it. The tow bar itself you'll have, and that includes like the 2 things that clip into your car. And then I have it configured for the Blue Ox setup. So you would need to get the Blue Ox tow bar or whatever it's called that you put on your car. And it will connect to this. That's basically it for this stuff, I think. I didn't actually show the underbelly to your wife, and it's one of the nicer things. If you guys are looking at diesel pushers, this is one of the reasons why people like them. This one's full of crap. Let me see if I can turn on a flashlight. Nope, it won't let me turn on the flashlight. Sorry. If I open up the other side, you can see all the way through it. So it's like a baggage compartment in a Greyhound. It goes all the way through, It's very large. You have this thing in the middle that comes down, but you can fit really big bins here on the sides. And longer things can go all the way through it. I think that's it. I have some photos and stuff that I owe you of the undercarriage, like looking for rust and stuff. Oh, I wanted to point out all of the things that I think you should know if you're buying it. Like, I don't want you to be surprised. The paint sucks. It's old and it's flaking. So the clear coat is gone, and it's a little ugly, but you know, he's 26 years old now, so that's just how it goes. The awning, it works great. I have a good picture of the awning open, but we can just do that real quick. I just hope it doesn't make me a liar. I haven't opened it in 6 months. There we go. Okay, I'm not gonna open it the whole way because there's an RV right here, but the fabric on the awning was replaced like right before we bought it, so it's in really good condition. It's not mildewy or anything. It works good. What can I say? Sorry, phone died again. Okay, it's now fully dark outside, but I think we covered everything out there anyways. So the things that I wanted, I'm just going through the stuff that's like the ugly stuff. But you should know what they are, so there's no surprises. The only area that we have two places with some slight water damage. So right here is this is the front door. This is a leak that I have fixed, and then it's come back, and then this has gotten it like finally got it to where the paint kind of like cracked like that. It's only over the door frame, and the water drips down out the base of the RV, like straight outside. And so it's not caused any water damage on the floor or the frame or anything like that. But this, I believe there's an antenna like right above this, and one of those like through roof things might be leaking. I've tried a bunch of different stuff, never got the actual cause of it. It's a very slight leak. Like it doesn't let water in here, but it's definitely there. So anyways, and we have one other spot. So I showed your wife like this little place right here. Water will run up the bottom of the slide and come in this corner sometimes. That's pretty common for slides in general, but it's not like a lot of water, but something to keep an eye on. And then there is one other leak, which I have fixed. But we have a little soft spot. So it's this tile right here. You'll see that there's like a little bit of looseness to this one tile. It's not from the toilet. It actually was like on the outside of this is right where the awning attaches to the side. And the previous guy that owned it didn't do a good job caulking the place where it connects, and so there was a little bit of water that got down to here. But I believe that it's been fixed. It is something that I maintain though, so like I check that spot specifically to make sure that that caulking is good. Other things that you should know about. I think the only other like really weird thing is the door. Not really weird, but so this thing up here, there's two annoying things about the door. Neither of them are like a big deal, but if you're on a hill or somewhere where the door comes out fast, this joint right here is loose enough that it'll come past that little thumb. I think you could just bend that up more so it had more to grab. Or if you can like, I don't know, redo the rivet, maybe that would tighten it up. But anyways, it likes to go out all like a little too far, and then it'll kind of lock right there, and you have to push on this to fix the door. The other thing is that when it's cold, sorry, you're not going to be able to see anything of this, but when it's cold, you can't just pull the door handle and open it. You'll have to like push a little bit and like jiggle it while you pull the door handle. I had somebody look at it because it's much more noticeable in like really cold weather. It has something to do with the door having been pushed on like from down here and having that bar up at the top. It's not easily fixable, but it also is not a big deal. You'll learn how to open it, and but just putting all the ugly things out there so you know about them. I think that's it. I mean, right now I have a leak that I just fixed that happened because of the winter time that was under the cabinets. Not like a persistent leak, but like when the water lines got pressurized, there's this diaphragm under there. So I have a new one that's getting put in underneath there. Anything else? I think that's it for the stuff that you would, find and not be expecting. I don't know. The curtains, I would expect to replace these. They're got this weird sun bleach thing to them, or they're kind of discolored now. So I imagine you'll want to replace them. We just made them ourselves, so they were ugly to begin with. Like, they are very functional. But yeah. Oh, I did think of something. So there are two things for the driving. Again, neither of them are like a big deal, but you should know that they're there. The headlights are not very bright. This is, it's not on right now, so it's probably not as bright as it could be. But this, if I can find the high beams, that's the high beams. They're not good. Like, they do work and it's legally drivable. I would strongly recommend, I mostly didn't like driving at night just because it's difficult to drive a big bus at night. But if you're going to drive at night, put some new headlights on it. They're ancient. And then the other thing, the windshield wipers work fine, which is the thing that you need. However, the sprayer doesn't work. So, it won't shoot water onto the windshield. I think it's that the pump is bad, so you could possibly fix that. But I never thought it was necessary. It wasn't important. And the last thing that's weird up here, the in-dash heat. These are notoriously bad to begin with when they work. This one, the belt that runs the fan for it is worn out or something, so it doesn't, consider it not working. It did work 2 years ago. At some point that fan broke and it started, or the belt on it started making a horrible sound. It sucked even when it was there. It was kind of nice for the heat. For the AC, it was never good enough. And whenever you're driving and it's hot, you'll run the generator to run the AC on the unit, on the roof. So because that's the only way that you'll keep the RV cool. The little dash AC unit never was enough to do that, even when it did work. But for heat, it was nice. So you may want to look at getting that fixed. That is actually all of the things that I would say are like wrong with it. Yeah, so I'm going to go try to take pictures of the undercarriage. It's super dark now, but I'll just use flash and I've got some shop lights, so I should be able to get something for you. Hope that helped.